Yeah, I totally forgot that Max here is.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Game 2 of the first week of the PWL season. This game is sure to be exciting, as many of the league's first-round picks are in this game. As always, I'm your host, Joe Adams, accompanied by John Smith.
Thanks, Joe. Let's get down to business and meet the players for this week's game. Playing for the Bethany Herons' first overall pick, Matthew Conrad. There's sure to be plenty of expectations on his shoulders, being the first man taken in this draft.
Talking about expectations is fitting. Chase Lucas from the Hillsborough Highlanders is hoping to replicate what his teammate accomplished last game, scoring a league-high 23 points and securing the victory for his team.
But we shouldn't overshadow players like Max Carlton of the Rose City Wreckers or Jared Istook from the Cedar Mill Shockwaves.
That's right, John. Both are long-time veterans of the game, as is Audrey Winkle from the Beaverton Ballers.
Joe, if anyone here sticks out like a sore thumb, it's the Lowell Gladiators' Caden Fairhurst. Not only is he the only player in this game not taken in the first round, he was taken 30th overall, the final pick of the draft.
It's certainly looking to be an interesting game. Let's go to the court, where we're preparing for the start of match 1. Looks like the referee is doing a couple pre-game adjustments, taking a little bit longer than normally scheduled. Let's what do you think about the players in this game? Who do you think maybe we should be watching for the bigger hits? Or
well, before we get into that, I think we should discuss the fact our Bethany Herons Matthew Conrad, who should be wearing a white shirt, is the one with the dark blue shirt, so keep an eye on him. Hillsborough Highlanders Chase Lucas is in the green hoodie like he should. Rose City Wreckers Max Carlton should be in a red shirt. He has a about medium blue shirt, I'd say. Cedar Mill Shockwaves Jared Istook, pictured in the purple shirt, should be blue. And the Beaverton Ballers Audrey Winkle, she does have a black shirt on properly. And the Aloha Gladiators Caden Fairhurst should have an orange shirt, but he does have a black shirt on, with a little bit of orange if you want to call that.
That's right. That's a lot of bozo plays from the people in this game who are not wearing their correct jerseys. But while we were on that tangent, we completely missed the first match where Chase Lucas was eliminated on an overthrown hit. And just like that, we already have another elimination. This is going by really quickly as Jared Istook is taken out.
Now, I wasn't expecting that. Jared is a very veteran player.
Yeah, Jared makes a lot of really good hits. He's really fancy, has a really good technique, but it's really surprising that he got 5th place in match 1. I'm sure he's going to be looking to do a lot better. And that was a really great recovery there from Max.
And then that just great play by Caden, putting it to where Audrey could not get that ball.
Max might have been able to make that recovery, but Audrey's just a little too slow. The ball almost got there, but it was all for naught. And just like that, we're barely into this game. And we already are on our final 3 with the players from the Herons, Gladiators, and the Wreckers.
Now, I'm not exactly sure what happened right there, but something happened right there.
Yeah, maybe we need to ban Caden from the league for doing that, but I think we'll let it slide this one time.
Live ball here. It's a high,
really high end.
And
that
a
just
good
goes
corner.
Straight towards our cheerleaders.
He definitely could have tried right there. I feel like Max could have tried right there, but no, maybe not on that angle. Maybe not on that
was
angle.
That's a really well placed ball from Caden Fairhurst right there, but. Well, just like that, we already have our championship match between Matthew Conrad and it's already over.
Wow. He just fumbled, right? I forgot to let it hit the ground.
Funny enough, sure. I mean, that's the first overall pick and the last overall pick in the championship match, and the first overall pick just completely forgot that the ball was supposed to touch the ground. But before we do that, we do have our sponsor here for today. It's the Black Crow Diner. They were established in Uptown, New Biotown, and they got some pretty good food there. Personally, it's not my taste, but if there's one nearby you, then I'd suggest making your way over there.
Yeah, make sure to stop by the Black Crow Diner whenever you're traveling through Old Town or Uptown for a quick grab of authentic homemade meal.
That's right. But let's take another quick look at that last game. That went by really, really quickly. In fact, it was so quick, we barely had enough time to do any commentating on it. It was just elimination one after the other. But there were some big surprises in there. First of all, the last overall pick getting so far and even winning the match, Jared Istook, who a lot of the fans had really high hopes for, just got out near instantaneously. Just that first match went completely not how anyone thought it would be.
No, not at all what I would have thought. Looks like we're already swapping around the table. And again, Caden with just putting it in the corner and getting out the first overall pick. We got our Mr. Irrelevant getting our first guy overall out again.
That Caden Fairhurst for the Aloha Gladiators, he is just putting the ball in some pretty tight spaces here. He's being really accurate with those hits, and he's getting a lot of eliminations in the first 2 matches, I'll tell you that much. But now we got our 5. The starting king is Chase Lucas, I believe, with the Hillsborough Highlanders, and it's time to see who gets out next.
All right, looks Chase Lucas to serve. And we got a live ball going.
Yep. Base reserve.
Good corner hit by Max right there.
Got some good movement going around the table right now. What's Max going to do here?
Solid play so far. Another corner hit from him. Easy recovery, though.
Jared put a little bit of spin on that ball. Everyone is moving around, rushing to their positions. Wow, great placement right there.
The guy's a good recovery, though, too.
Yeah, and a great spin added to it at that.
Looks like we've got a great matchup going right here.
Yeah, right now this is some pretty interesting hits. Some of the players are a little more conservative, Chase Lucas and Audrey Winkle, but Max Carlton, Caden Ferris, and Jared Istook, those guys. And wow, what a recovery from Jared Istook right there. That was actually completely an unnecessary motion. He just did that because he can. He just wanted to show everyone.
If you've noticed, Max Carlton's been going angle on almost every single one of these hits. And he could have gotten Caden hard right there if he powerballed that, because Caden was on the wrong side of that table.
Caden Fairhurst almost Fergie special, but he's still in. And there's the elim. Oh, that was
a right over.
That was a really good rally there from all 5 players, but just one mistake there, putting a little too much power on that corner shot. And Max Carlton of the Rose City Wreckers is out in 5th place, scoring 1 extra point for the Wreckers in match 2.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, Max was putting almost all those balls in the corner. But Caden was just always right there. He was always right across from him, except for that one play I mentioned also. And he was able to just get there every time.
Oh, that was a really strong hit from Caden, but Jared was able to receive that almost with ease. I'm telling you, we got some good talent.
Whoa!
And Jared gets to it, too.
Still a recovery. Wow, that's good effort.
That's just great athleticism there from Jared. He's just
another behind the back.
What hit can this guy? What can this guy not hit? I mean, that was just absolutely insane.
This guy seems to just show off. Not even necessary. He just shows off.
Yeah, and just like that, he got Chase Lucas out, who's staring at the camera. And let's take a look at that instant replay.
Stare down.
Wow, Jared Istook is really just. This is some impressive play from the Cedar Mill Shockwave. Just a really good. They took Jared Istook a 4th overall, I believe, in the first round. Just definitely nailed that pick, if you ask me.
I definitely agree right there.
Which means we're now into the final 3, including the likes of the previously mentioned Jared Istook, the Aloha Gladiators' Caden Ferris looking for a 2nd match win, and the Beaverton Ballers' Audrey Winkle, who got out 4th in the last match.
Looks like Jared tries to do a little bit of showing off, doing another behind the back hit, and it comes back to bite him. He's out.
And now it's between the Ballers and the Gladiators. Caden Fairhurst is looking to try and score his 2nd match win of the day.
Lucky bounce right there, but he's still able to recover.
That's right. Looks like we're playing the short game here. Audrey tries to take it long.
Looks like they turned into the long game right as you brought that up. Good angle, good hustle, but not enough.
And that's the game right there. We're going to get a replay of that one. Yep, just
scoops it right to the scoops it right.
Yeah, that was left. There was a little bit of misdirection there. He was facing the other way to try and kind of play some mind games here, but in reality, of course, we know he hit it the other way.
Do you think Caden brings any advantage to the table being left-handed, being able to naturally go to the left more?
I think so.
With it being more unnatural to other players?
Yeah, but let's talk about the standings real quick, and then I'll get back to that. But I mean, after another victory for Caden Fairhurst, let's just take a look at those standings.
All right, sitting in first place right now after the first 2 matches is the Gladiators' Caden Fairhurst, who scored 10 out of a possible 10 points across the 2 matches, coming first both times.
The clear-cut second of the game thus far is the Beaverton Ballers' Audrey Winkle. She definitely needs to put the team on her back for this game and score some high points after the less-than-ideal performance from the Ballers in Game 1.
That's right, Joe. This is in third place. We have 3 players, all tied with 4 points apiece. Matthew Conrad of the Herons, Jared Istuk of the Shockwaves, and Max Carlton for the Wreckers. These 3 are going to need to figure something out fast if they want to win this game. Down 6 points already from first.
Bringing up the rear, this third into the game is Chase Lucas of the currently first place Hillsborough Highlanders. He's scored just 2 points so far, and it's obvious something needs to change so his team can keep their first place position. But as I was saying before, I do think being left-handed comes with a bit of an advantage here, and I should mention that Caden Ferris isn't the only left-handed person in this game. The Ballers' Audrey Winkle, who's currently second, is also left-handed. I think when the players are running around the table, the natural progression is kind of moving clockwise, which being left-handed can be an advantage in that because the ball is receiving. When the ball that you're receiving from normally is coming towards your left, so you don't really have to do any backhands. You already have. See how Audrey was able to hit that with her left hand, and it's to her left.
Yeah.
It's just. I think it's kind of natural. It's kind of like how being left-handed is an advantage in sword fighting as well for similar reasons. But of course, it's not a significant advantage because Audrey Winkle just got out.
All right, and then we got Matthew Conrad just out. Just overshoots it. Common mistake made.
That's right. That's 5th place for Matthew Conrad. He came second in match 1 and a first-round exit in match 2, and right now a fifth exit in match 3s. That's not too many more points for the Bethany Herons, to tell you that much. He's going to need to change something quick about that.
Yeah, when I say a common mistake of hitting it over the table, I'm not thinking of first overall picks make common mistakes, though.
That's right. As being the first overall pick, he needs to take that into consideration. But we do have to give him a little leeway here. With being the first overall pick, there's a lot of pressure that comes with that distinction.
Oh, that is for sure.
And Jared Istuk,
wow, just trips over the ball right there. Max
he
Carlton
tries to hit it
right there.
Yeah, and Max Carlton showing why he was taken 3rd overall, just placed that right where he wanted to and got Jared Istuk out. Really impressive hit there. And now we're down to our final 3, which is yet again the Gladiators, Caden Fairhurst, the Wreckers, Max Carlton, and from the Highlanders, Chase Lucas, who, as I mentioned before, his team is currently in first, so he's trying to put in the work to help keep his team there.
Angled hit, another angled hit, but he kind of just angled it straight to him. I think if he just put that straight across, he could have got him out.
And right there, a power hit from Caden Fairhurst. It looks like Max Carlton was not expecting that, just sailed right past him, and that's another elimination.
Yeah, could have saved himself right there if he played that earlier hit a little bit better, in my opinion.
That's right. I think I agree. Well, now we're on our championship game for match 3, and Caden Fairhurst is looking for his 3rd straight win right here. As for Chase Lucas, this is his best position so far, by far. He came in 6th in match 1 and 4th in match 2, so it's a really good progression for him. Looks like the cheerleading team is going to be watching this championship match.
Spiked angled it right there. That's just too powerful.
There was no mercy from the Gladiators on that one. That is just watch
this instant replay. Just boom, spikes angle.
You can just kind of see the progression, the technicals with his hand movement in the right hand, and
so calm right there.
That's
walks up, just bam.
That's pretty methodical right there, and that's another match win.
And if you look right there, we could have saw Chase Lucas do a little bit of get a little angry.
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't be angry if I was Chase Lucas. That's 4 points right there. But now a word from our sponsor, Sprunk, the essence of life, the official drink of the Portland Waterfall League. John, I don't think I could have made it nearly as far in life as I have without Sprunk. It truly is the essence of life.
I heard that, Joe. Sprunk is not only a highly tasty and nutritious drink, but also doubles as an efficient fuel source for your automobile. You got some Sprunk in your trunk? I know, I do.
Don't we all, John? That's just Sprunk. That's some great stuff right there. But let's go back to the game. We've completed half the game already, And the Gladiators have already scored 15 out of a possible 15 points so far. That's pretty impressive. Do you think that Caden Fairhurst has any shot of breaking the 23-point record that Chris Dyer of the Highlanders set last game?
23, that's pretty high, but that's, what, 5, 6, 7, 8 more? What does he need? Maybe, that's... Over the next 3, he needs to be 3rd place each game. That's pretty high to ask, but seeing how it's going, I think he can do it.
That's right. And Jared Istook, at the start of match 4, a little bit of a measure of revenge there against Max Carlton, as he pretty much does the same move, and Max Carlton takes the early exit in match 4. Looks like the cheerleading team is coming onto the field to practice their routine.
Fastball and then a high ball. Let's see what he can do with that. He looks like he got an elimination with that ball.
Audrey tried. It seemed to me like Audrey tried to do tried to backhand around. Look, she's just running around the table, and yep, she just wasn't in good positioning.
But if you notice there, being left-handed actually came to a disadvantage because she was facing the wrong direction.
That's right. She was running around and she wasn't ready for the ball. And it just wasn't. She just wasn't ready. That's really all you can say about that.
Elimination for our first overall pick right there. Here we are in a doubles match, and quickly out of that doubles match.
And there he is. He's gone. After getting the elimination, that's a 4th place for first overall pick, Matthew Conrad. But, 2 points is better than 1 point, which is what he got last time.
Absolutely.
Improvement is what we're looking for.
Looks like he was trying to angle that and just put a little bit too much power on it.
Yep. You can't really fault the players for trying to put a little bit of a spin, or because the object of the game is to try and get the person that's receiving from you out. You can't do that by just playing conservatively. And right there, Jared Istook gets out.
Doing the same move.
That's right.
Trying to go for a corner, just got out.
And now, is this Chase Lucas's? Yeah, this is his 2nd in a row championship appearance.
And even if I think he should have not even went for an angle, because if he just hit that straight, Chase Lucas was on the wrong side of the table.
That's right. He would have gotten the Fergie special if he hadn't been so fancy schmancy. But here we have a rematch of match 3's championship, and that's a serve 1. Chase Lucas. Remember, it has to go the entire length of the table for the serve to count as legitimate. And right there, the ball is live. Let's see how this pans out.
Look like just bad hit.
And that's already gone.
That's already gone.
All right, that's the end of match 4, and Caden Fairhurst has scored a lot of points. That's pretty crazy. But there he goes, doing a little bit of a victory dance, falls over, a little bit of Russian jeans in there. But that's the end of match 4, and Caden Fairhurst is still dominating the game, scoring 20 of a possible 20 points, placing first in every match so far.
The Aloha Gladiators must be really glad he's on their team. But let's look at the Highlanders' Chase Lucas, who has jumped from the very bottom at the end of match 2 all the way to 2nd place with 10 points after he placed 2nd in matches 3 and 4.
Following closely is the Shockwaves' Jared Istook at 9. And while the lead Caden Fairhurst has mounted already seems impossible to climb, it's still anyone's game as far as 2nd place is concerned.
That's right, Joe. Audrey Winkle, Max Carlton, and Matthew Conrad are all tied in 4th with 7 points each. It's up to the last 2 matches for these players to put their teams on the board.
Speaking of that, we already have an elimination, and Chase Lucas, after coming in 2nd place twice in a row, just got a first-round exit. That is 0 points added to his total, and that's just...
That hurts.
That is not good. And in a hit that mirrors his first-round exit in match 1, he just, at the side of the table, misjudged the width, and it just sailed right over. And now we have 5 people left. So Jared Istook is the one serving. You got to be a little special that, because if there's anything we've seen this game, it's that Jared Istook does some pretty crafty hits. But right there,
with a crafty hit there too.
Yeah,
a good return.
That's the big problem for Jared Istook, is that he has been receiving from Caden Fairhurst pretty much every match, which is, it's impressive enough to say the least that he's done as well as he had receiving from the Gladiators' Caden Fairhurst so often.
And right there, Matthew Conrad just got out, just missed the ball. That's just not something you see at a first overall.
It seems like he might be crumbling under the pressure, but it's game one. There is such a thing as game one jitters, and just like that, Jared Istic pretty much just got himself out there. That was a little unnecessary, kind of an easier to receive hit.
And then it looks like he's just going to talk trash after getting himself out, man. I don't get it. I don't get it.
Well, people have to cope in their own ways, and that might just be a way for him to keep himself there.
I guess so, man. I guess so.
Here's Audrey Winkle in her second top 3 appearance. Max Carlton's been in a couple as well, and of course Caden Ferris has won every match up to this point. And that's a strong one. And
Too strong. Max Carlton just too close to the board, can't back up fast enough.
It seems like Max has really been struggling with his positioning around the table. He's just been too close to the table on a kind of just a suspecting corner hits that he hasn't really taken into account people, really sailing it across the table.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. He just gets right to the board, almost not even giving it enough space for it to drop on the floor once.
That's right. This is Audrey's second time in the top 2. Let's see if she fares any better than last time. And that's
hard hit. Let's see if I can get a
hit.
Return. Cannot.
That's the end.
4 in a row.
Yeah. Well, actually, can you believe it? That's 5 matches
5 in a row.
All
Wow,
5
5 in a
matches of
row.
the game. Caden Ferris has won all 5 of them. That is just unprecedented. He's already, with another match to go, he's already passed the current league leader. But something I think we can all agree on is the safety of our children, our borders, and our military dominance over every country on this planet.
That's why we're proud to be sponsored by Smart Motors, defending our freedom and ensuring that America stays number 1.
That's right. But getting back to the match, that's just completely unheard of. That's 5 matches won in a row. If he wins one more match, then in his first game, Caden Fairhurst will have scored the max amount of points that you can score. All right, that's going to be a serve 1 on Matthew. Caden has a good advantage here. He's gonna start out as king, so he's in pretty much the most advantageous position on the table as well. See what Jared Istic does here. Whoa!
That was some crazy spin. You can't recover to that. That's insane.
That was a pretty insane hit, and just that would have gone pretty much anyone out. I think that was pretty much like hitting the ball backwards. I mean, there's no receiving that. I don't know why.
And that's Chase Lucas out at first 2 times in a row.
2 times. Yeah, he came second 2 times in a row, and over these past 2 matches, that's 2 last places. And right there after the serve, we're going to see a replay of that. Audrey Winkle goes for a basic hit, and she's out. That's a 5th place finish right after being in the championship round. And already we're down to our final 4, which consists of Heron, Matthew Conrad, Gladiator, Caden Fairhurst, Shockwave, Jared Istic, and Wrecker, Max Carlton.
Long hit, received and returned. See what he can do. Max just safe hit, and Jared just sends it over.
Yep. Jared just self-destructed right there. That's a 4th place, only 2 more points for the Shockwave there. He's kind of, I think we can all agree that Jared might be statistically as good as the second best player in this match, but he just had some pretty. Wait,
He's just gotten out too early.
Did I just miss that? Did Caden Fairhurst just get out?
Well, I guess there goes the perfect game.
That's insane right there. That's the end of a perfect game. He thought he caught Matthew Conrad doing the old Fergie special and tried to do a strong hit to make it so it's unreceivable, and he overshot the table by a little bit, and he's out. And that's a week 1 perfect game down the drain.
I'm not sure what Jared was doing right there. He just interrupted the game, but maybe he's mad that we had him hyped up so much, and he just didn't do too good.
All right, well, this is the last round of the last match, and I'm sure it's going to be very exciting, and it's over. So that is the conclusion of match 6, and Mr. Max Carlton of the Rose City Wreckers is the only other player besides Caden Fairhurst to win a match in this game. That is just, I still can't believe that Caden Fairhurst got out on that hit. That is just absolutely insane. But that's the end of the game. And after Caden Fairhurst won 5 matches straight, it seemed like he was going to score a perfect 30 points in his first game. But disaster struck when he overpowered a shot and came 3rd in the last match.
Still, he retained first place, scoring a league-high 28 points as he leads the Yellow Gladiators to victory in Week 2. Or Game 2, that should be Game 2, I'm sorry. Boasting 15 knockouts and 6 regicides, both also being league highs.
Max Carlton jumped 3 spots in order to sneak into second place for the Wreckers, scoring 15 points and having the second best stats of the game as well. Not far behind him is Jared Istook of the Cedar Mill Shockwave, who scored 13 points.
I think that's a good placement for Istook. He was receiving from Caden Fairhurst practically the entire game. He performed admirably against that level of competition. Tied in fourth was the Herons' Matthew Conrad and the Ballers' Audrey Winkle, both taking home 12 points to add to their team's total. Not the best, but not the worst. Worthwhile.
That leaves Chase Lucas of the Hillsborough Highlanders, who started the game scoring just 2 points, but bounced back to move all the way up to second by the end of the match. By the end of match 4, on the back of 2 second-place finishes. Unfortunately for Hillsborough, however, he placed last in matches 5 and 6, meaning those 10 points he accrued by the end of match 4 is his final total, as he falls to the very bottom once again.
That will end today's broadcast after a great game of waterfall. Make sure to check out the link in the description to see the players' stats and the team standings. As always, I'm John Smith.
And I'm Joe Adams. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next game.